Today we are going to check out an amp sim from Audio Assault. It is the RVXX lunchbox amp from it looks a lot like the Rev, doesn't it? Very cool little lunchbox amp. I know I usually try to be very unbiased in my reviews, but I have to admit for this one here, I just got to kind of jump out and say the fact that this amp sim is $14 US. For $14, you really can't go wrong. I've tried a lot of other sims out there, even ones that are free, and a lot of them I haven't really been that impressed with. And no matter what I did, I really didn't really dial in a tone that I was all that impressed with. This one here, very cool. These guys did a great job. A lot of different options in here. So we'll go ahead and listen to it in a mix real quick so you can just kind of hear it with some bass and some drums, and then we'll go into it and check out the different features with it. Appreciate your subscribing. Thanks for joining, and thanks for your comments. Always appreciate it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check it out. Okay, as you can see, very cool little lunchbox type amp here. Again, at $14, you really can't go wrong, and I've been really impressed with the tone on this thing. Just a real thick, different, not bad at all. And I think it actually does, in comparison to some of the other ones that cost even more. I think it sends up pretty well on its own. It's not real complex in its setup, to be honest with you. As you can see here, basically it's got its power switch, it's got its A and B, it's got a clean channel. The clean channel is clean channel. But the gain channel is quite exceptional, to be honest with you. And a lot of different amp sims, sometimes you get lost in all the different features. I think what's very cool about this one is it's kind of the meat and potatoes of the amp sim. I mean, not too much that you're constantly just tweaking and trying to dial in the tone, but enough that you have some options to play with. Excuse me. You've got your gain, your bass, your mid, your treble, your presence, your depth, and of course your master. But something that's very cool is this feature right here. You can click on here, you can go up, and it's got a whole bunch of different preset IRs that's already programmed in there. So you can select the different IRs that are there, or you can go ahead and load your own. So you can go in here into load IR, click this, it'll pull up your folder, and you can select which ones you want. I've already got some presets in here, so you can kind of go through and click on the different ones you like. And okay, that one's maybe a little heavy. Let's go ahead and change that one here a little bit. Maybe turn the bass down just a bit. Let's go ahead and test this out. Select another preset here. Here are the ones that it comes with. You can kind of select some of the different ones here. Actually, one of the ones I really like is this PV Sheffield. It actually sounds pretty good. some of the other features that you're going to find on here are going to be some of the, basic features that you would expect to find. So down here, the stomp feature I'll say is a little bit lacking. Stomp is just a stomp, and I believe what you're getting in there is an OD. One of the things I found to be a little more effective is actually just kind of throwing in a pedal from either my Studio One or even a pedal from your rack. You can throw on just a regular old pedal and it'll work with the amp sim. It works just great. I've also done that before with different noise gates. I use my decimator a lot of times. It sometimes even works better than the pedals that come with it. I will say that's one area here with the RVXX that's a little bit lacking is the features with the stomp, but it comes with a lot of cool IR responses that you can choose from, plus you can load your own, which is very cool. So definitely, and you can turn the different features off. You can turn the amp, you can turn the cabinet off, you can turn the stomp on or off. If you turn it on, it'll give you a little bit of a go ahead and turn that off. Has the the standard features on it that they all have basically. It's got your noise. It's got your noise gate here. It's got your in and out inputs here. And then that's really about it. Got the A and B channel. It's got a wide and aggression button. They don't do a whole lot. Wide adds a little bit. The aggression puts a little bit on it. But I'll say most of the tweaking I get that I have seen is really from the effects that I've added through either my Studio One or the pedal. These don't really seem to have huge changes, I would say. It's not a big impact when you set the aggression or the wide switch on it. One of the other features that I think is very cool is the ability to actually change the size. Let me bring it over on the other monitor here so you can kind of see. Okay, that's too big. But you can actually grab the corner down here, which is very cool, and adjust the size of it. On a lot of other ones, you kind of, a lot of the other amp sims I've seen, you actually have to go in and kind of adjust, click on the view side, view and change the size of it up in the features there. But this right here, you can click right on the edge of the corner and drag it to fit the size you want. Check out some of the tones here. Right now we've got it set for the PV Sheffield. This is one that it comes with, one of the IRs that comes with it. Click on one of the other features here, the SLO 4x12 here. That's not my favorite right now at the moment. Let's turn the gain down a little bit on that. Let's go ahead and click the aggression feature here. You can hear kind of, let's change the speaker. I'm not real thrilled with that one at the moment. Let's go ahead and switch this one over to let's see, let's do Friedman. And with the aggression button out, and with the wide button selected. And the wide button off. Not a huge difference, I'd say, on those. The big changes are when I've gone and added a pedal again, as I mentioned before, either from my Studio One or my pedal board, and you can EQ it again, either from in your DAW or from on your pedal board as well. So, the way I kind of treat it is actually as a regular amp, just using my my effects from other sources. It works great. Here is a plugin or an IR that I'm using. from different package that I have here. I'll go ahead and click on this here. Some of these I really like here. Let's do this one here. You can kind of really tell it opens up a bit with some with your own kind of impulse response. Save the presets as your favorite. One of the things it doesn't have is kind of a scroll through button. You do have to go back into the audio every time you do it. It's a little bit of a pain, but eh. So that is the RV or RVXX, if you will. I'm sure that has some Roman numeral or something to it that it's just that I don't know. But very cool. Again, for the price that you're paying, you know, I've demoed a lot of different amp sims at this point, a lot. And I would say that even on, set aside the point that this is $14, I would pay more for this amp sim, and I would put it in a higher rating against some of the more expensive ones that I've used. You know, what you're getting is quality. Up against the Neural stuff, up against the STL Tone stuff, the Slate THU Overloud, those are some of my favorites. I put this right up there with it in the tone with a little bit of tweaking. It sounds great, and you know, it doesn't have all the bells and whistles, but sometimes I get a little bit overwhelmed with all those different things, and you're sitting there tweaking and tweaking forever. This, you pretty much set your favorites, put your favorite in there, click it on, it's right there to go. So I'm a big fan. I know I'm trying to usually be not add my thoughts too much to it, but I just got to say that I think this is pretty cool. You can't go wrong. Again, for $14, even aside of the fact that it's $14, it's just a quality piece of gear. One more thing I'd like to add in it. Some of the things I've mentioned before, that on a lot of these different amp sims, the CPU can take quite a toll on the CPU. When you're playing these, you'll start to see it cut out. You'll start to see it kind of scratch and drop. It just overloads your CPU. They did a great job in this, and it doesn't draw too much. And you can see some of the settings here. It's even got. I've been playing on stereo, and I've been playing it on the 4x oversampling. On a lot of the other ones, such as your Neural stuff. With this laptop, I will, if I try to bump it up into the stereo or even some of the oversampling stuff, it'll start to cut out sometimes if I have too much stuff going on. The stuff that they've done here with this one, even at the highest settings and with a lot of stuff loaded on, it holds up very well. So in today's day, with so much stuff being VST and plugins and amp sims and all that kind of stuff, when you start looking at all the different stuff that you're loading up on your laptop, the draw on the CPU, companies that are using CPU-friendly type amp sims that aren't drawing so much, I think are making a good choice. Sometimes I can't use some of the bigger ones I'd like to. Often I'll put it on and I'll start to see it really draw. Some of them pull 3-4 times as much CPU power as some of the different ones that are out there, such as the RVXX. So again, very cool tool. Hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for subscribing. Leave a comment below if you'd like. And that's about it. Appreciate it. Have a good one.